You want me to open the door and see?
Yeah.
What do you think? Uh-oh.
I didn't know there was anybody here. Lots of good people here. No snow. No snow. Why didn't you make it snow? How can we?
Because you waited too long.
I don't make the snow.
It's this time.
I didn't even make Christmas. Did you know that? We've had a hard time this year. The elves don't work like they used to. So they didn't make as many toys as everybody says they want. You'd be surprised how much stuff people say they want. Goodness gracious, they got lists that long. So, said everybody can have something this Christmas. Maybe everybody can't get everything on the list. Now we'll leave room for some other people. Well, is it all right if I sit down?
Yeah.
Very good. My goodness, what a busy
Santa, you know, you live in the North Pole.
Well, what makes you think so?
I know.
Have you
My
ever,
mom told me.
have you ever been there?
My dream come true.
I know.
Because the
I will
North
tell you
Pole
about
was
the North Pole.
I never been to the North Pole.
We'll go. Would you like to go?
Well,
You know, there are lots of ways.
I would like to go another day.
I'm with you 5 times.
But
You know, sometimes you go places by getting on the airplane, or in the car, or on the horse, or in the sleigh. But a lot of places you go by just shutting your eyes and imagining. Did you ever imagine what Santa's home would look like?
I do.
What do
A
you
whole
think?
bunch of elves.
Lots of elves.
So what? I heard of the Santa and what? Oh, that movie, the Super Elves.
Super elves, elves, and super elves. Okay. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, we've been very busy. And we hear that you are getting ready for Christmas. That's good. Up on the housetop, reindeer paws, out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. First comes the stocking of little Nell. Oh, dear Santa, fill it well. Give her a dolly that laughs and cries, one that will open and shut her eyes. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Next comes the stocking of little Will. Santa, give it a wonderful fill. Give him a hammer and lots of tacks, also a ball and a whip that cracks. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, ho, ho,
5 years old.
who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop. What, click, I don't hear click, 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 click.
I could stop by time.
Let's try it one more time. Do it that way. Lots of people do it that way. Up on the housetop. Good. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Oh.
What's in that bag? That bill is from Rudolph the Red-Nosed
I'm going
Reindeer.
to tell you about the bills, Marty. You may be just about right. I had lots of stuff to tell you. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. You
We
know,
got a lot of toys.
I've got lots of stuff. Good stuff. What have you got for anybody this Christmas? Huh?
I got people stuff. I got my teacher's clothes.
You got something for the teachers?
Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
Have you got things for other people? That's important.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you.
He did.
Sit down there. I'm going to tell you something. It's going to knock your socks off. You know, a lot of people think, some people think that Santa Claus is tall. Other people think that Santa Claus is short. Some people say that Santa Claus is fat. Other people say that Santa Claus is skinny. Some people think that Santa Claus is white. Other people think that Santa Claus is dark, like African American. Some people think that Santa Claus is like Hispanic, Mexican. Some people think that he might even be like Japanese or Chinese. Now, which one do you think is right?
I would say it's tall.
You know what size your bed's butter on, honey. I'm going to tell you which one is right.
You don't even know my name.
All of them. All of them. And I'm going to tell you why, real quick. A long, long time ago, before anybody here was born, even me, way down in a place that's far from here, called Myra, what is now a place called nation, a country called Turkey, and you folks will tell you about this. There was a man who was a minister in the church. He called him a bishop. His name, stop whacking on that child, or come down and put knots on your head. His name was Nicholas. As a matter of fact, he was such a holy man, good man, a generous man, a kind man, that they called him Saint Nicholas. And one of the reasons that they called him that is because he was so generous and good to other people. And one night, he heard that in a home, it was near Christmas time, I'm sure, in a house way over there, in the dark, without any lights, without any heat, without much of anything. There were 3 daughters, 3 girls living, and they were worried because they were going to be put out on the streets. Do you believe that? People could be that cruel, but they are. Going to be put out on the streets, but St. Nicholas heard about this, and he went back, and he got 3 little bags of gold, and when everything was quiet at night, he walked up to their window, and he threw in those 3 little bags of gold so that they had enough to pay the rent, to get some food for Christmas, probably a turkey, and to have some presents, too. Not many, it's on. Well, time went on, and everybody in the world heard about this St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas, everybody talked with him. People from every country in the world. St. Nicholas, St. Nicholas. And then they said, he belongs to us, he belongs to us, he's like us, he's one of ours. And they all agreed to put him in a red suit, with boots, with fur trim on his coat, and his breeches, and his pants, and his cap. And that's how the whole business of St. Nicholas came. Now, can you say St. Nicholas?
Santa Claus.
That's exactly right. Because this St. Nicholas got to be known as St. Nicholas, St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, Santa Claus. That's how Santa Claus got his name. And ever since then, there's been a long list of business about the Santa Claus thing, giving presents and receiving presents. Not just getting them, but giving them too. And I know that you all are making your plans. What you all red on the head?
You want to ask them?
You want to
Go
go to
ahead.
the potty?
Go ahead and ask.
What you want?
The Grinch that stole Christmas said that he looked good as Saint Nick.
That's one of my favorite stories. But you know that story, don't you? What do you say, bugle boy?
I want a rice car with
He wants what?
a rice car with a
Hey, now everybody gets one, his first good wish, and then the thing that he wants most. And then, if there's some other things, we'll see about that. But like I say, to have it sort of go around, and everybody gets a little bit of Christmas, not everybody gets it. Are you saying that the Grinch stole Christmas, that's one of your favorites? Here's one of mine. You just hold still. It's going to knock your socks off. It's called the Polar Express. You know what that thing is? It's a choo-choo train. What?
Miss Brown has a book that says this one.
She has one like that one, but I'm not surprised because it's a very famous book and a very
Yeah.
popular book. Everybody likes this book, and I hope you like it too, because we got it all
It's one of
straightened
my
out.
favorite stories.
This is? You know this story? Hey,
I do, and it's one of my favorite stories too.
knock, knock. Who's that? Never mind. Here we go. Now listen real close. You don't stand up there and look at the pictures. Don't get too close, folks. I got a cold. You know that? Here we go. On Christmas Eve many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently. I was listening for a sound a friend had told me I'd never hear. The ringing bells of Santa's sleigh. You know, the big ones like this, and then the little ones like this. How about that? There's no Santa Claus, my friend had insisted, but I knew he was wrong. Late that night I did hear sounds, though not of the ringing bells. From outside came the sound of hissing steam and squeaking metal. I looked through my window and saw a train. Choo-choo, standing perfectly still in front of my house. It was wrapped in an apron of steam. Snowflakes fell lightly around it. A conductor stood at the open door of one of the cars. He took a large pocket watch from his vest. Then he looked up at my window. I put on my slippers and my robe, and I tiptoed downstairs and out the door. All aboard! Yelled the conductor. I ran up to him. Well, he said, are you coming? Where? I asked. Why, to the North Pole, of course, was his answer. This is the Polar Express. Polar, that means like North Polar. You got that? North Pole, Polar, so I took his outstretched hand and boldly up on the train. Well, the train was filled with other children, all in their pajamas and their nightgowns. We sang Christmas carols and ate candies with nougat centers as white as snow. We drank hot cocoa as thick and as rich as melted chocolate bars. And outside, the lights of towns and villages flickered in the distance as the Polar Express raced north. Soon there were no more lights to be seen. We traveled through cold, dark forests where lean wolves roamed and white-tailed rabbits hid from our train as it thundered through the quiet wilderness. We climbed mountains so high, it seemed as if we'd scraped the moon. But the Polar Express never slowed down. Faster and faster we ran along, rolling over peaks and through valleys like a car on a roller coaster.
I have walked by the roller coaster.
You know how fast it goes then, too. I thought you knew some stuff.
And I know how fast the train goes.
Do you really? You ever been on a train?
Uh-huh.
You have. Where'd you go?
I go to my grandma.
You went on the train. Beep yourself. Beep, beep.
Stop. Hey.
What? What? You want a doll with makeup on his head? You're not even listening to the story. All you can think about is a doll with makeup on his head. Kitschy, kitschy, coo. For you. Kitschy, coo for you. I'm gonna finish. Okay? Yes.
I get on the train and thought it would, and we stopped the train and press, and so we pretty much owned it, and then it went back to Dollywood.
You were at Dollywood. I've never been on that.
bet you've never been in a, I bet you've never been in, I bet you've never been in a sleigh with reindeer on it. Yeah, not you, kitty coo. The mountains turned into hills, the hills to snow-covered plains, and we crossed a barren desert of ice, the great polar ice cap. Lights appeared in the distance. They looked like the lights of an ocean liner sailing on a frozen sea. There, said the conductor, is the North Pole. North Pole. Well, it was like a huge city standing alone at the top of the world, filled with factories everywhere, making every Christmas toy that was ever made. And at first, we saw no elves. They're gathering at the center of the city, said the conductor. And that's where Santa will give the first gift of Christmas. Who receives the first gift? We all asked. And the conductor answered, he will choose one of you. Look, shouted one of the children, the elves! And we saw hundreds of elves. As our train drew closer to the center of the North Pole, we crawled to a stop, and so crowded were the streets of Santa's helpers, and when the Polar Express could go no further, we stopped, and the conductor led us outside. We pressed through the crowd to the edge of a large open circle. In front of us stood Santa's sleigh. The reindeer were excited. They pranced and they paced, ringing the silver sleigh bells that hung from their harness. Well, you can't ring it if you're going to put your hand on it. You have to let it swing free like that, see? Now, when I need bells, I'll let you know, okay? You take this like it was a magical sound like nothing that I ever. You just shake your head. It ought to go tingle, 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 tingle. Let me hear. Shake your head. I hear it. Go ahead. Shake it again. That's it. Oh, is that you making the sound? Excuse me. Across the circle, the elves moved apart, and Santa Claus appeared. The elves cheered wildly. He marched over to us and, pointing to me, said, let's have this fella here. And he jumped into his sleigh. The conductor handed me up, and I sat on Santa's knee, and he asked, now, son, what would you like for Christmas? I knew that I could have any gift that I could imagine. But the thing I wanted most for Christmas was not inside Santa's bag. What I wanted more than anything else was one silver bell from Santa's sleigh. You got that? And when I asked, Santa smiled, and then gave me a hug and told an elf to cut a bell from a reindeer's harness. The elf tossed it up to Santa, and he stood holding the bell high above him and cried out, the first gift of Christmas. The clock struck midnight as the elves roared their approval. Santa handed the bell to me, and I put on my bathrobe. I put it in my bathrobe pocket, that is. The conductor helped me down from the sleigh. Santa shouted out the reindeers' names as he cracked his whip. His team charged forward and climbed into the air. Santa's sleigh circled above us and then disappeared in a cold, dark sky. As soon as we were back inside the Polar Express, the other children asked to see the bell. I reached into my pocket, but the only thing I felt was a hole. The only thing I felt was a hole. I had lost the silver bell from Santa's sleigh. I'd lost it. Let's hurry outside and look for it, one of the children said, but the train gave a sudden lurch. It started moving and we were on our way home. Well, it broke my heart to lose that bell. It broke my heart. When the train reached my house, I sadly left the other children and I stood at my doorway and waved goodbye. The conductor said something from the moving train, but I couldn't hear him. "What was that?" I yelled. He cupped his hands around his mouth and said, "Merry Christmas!" Owen let out a loud blast from his whistle and sped away. On Christmas morning, won't be long now, won't be long now on Christmas morning, my little sister Sarah and I opened our presents, and when it looked as if everything had been unwrapped, Sarah found one last small box behind the tree, and it had my name on it. Inside was
silver
the
bell.
silver bell. There was a note. "Found this on the seat of my sleigh. Fix that hole in your pocket. Signed, Santa Claus." Well, I took the bell, and it made the most beautiful sound that my sister and I had ever heard. But my mother said, "Oh, that's too bad." "Yes," said my father, "it's broken." Broken. When I'd shaken the bell, my parents hadn't heard a word, hadn't heard a sound. My sister and I heard it, but the parents didn't hear a sound. No. Well, we almost did. At one time, most of my friends, certainly everybody here, could hear the bell. But as years passed, it fell silent for all of them. Even Sarah found one Christmas that she could no longer hear the sweet sound of the bell. And though I've grown very old, the bell still rings for me. It still rings for me as it does for all who truly believe. Frost nipping at your nose.
You don't know how old I am.
You couldn't get that pretty in just that few years. Christmas
I
carols.
was when I turned how old am I?
Sit down, okay? Sit down.
Dad, did you know how old I am? I turned 5.
Let me see your teeth. Stand up. Turn around
5.
so I can tell how old you are. I got it. You're 16 years old.
No.
No? Did I make a mistake?
Guess so.
What you got, lady?
How about, instead of sitting on Santa's knee this year, if we sit where we're at and one at a time, or maybe can you come up, you want to sit where they're at, or just come up?
Well, what I've got a better plan.
Okay.
Remember I said imagine? A lot of the best part of Christmas is imagine. And hearing bells that other people can't hear. And having wonderful imagining good things happen inside your heart and in your head that people can't see and touch. Yeah, I think that that's a good idea. What I want you to do, shut your eyes. Shut your eyes. Don't look at me. Shut your eyes. You look at, shut your eyes. Now, I want you peeking. I can see you peeking. I see you peeking. I want you to imagine the one thing that you would like to have most for Christmas. The one thing.
I know what I want.
What do you want?
I want a Barbie doll.
You know, everybody wants a Barbie doll. Barbie dolls have made women feel inferior now for the last 30 years. That's all they're for. Well, I want to give you a little touch, a preview of Christmas. A little bit of this. Yes, open your eyes, Lord of mercy. I want to give everybody here a little touch, sweet taste of Christmas. What's your name? What's your name?
Don't tell Santa your name. He'll get you mixed up with somebody else.
That's exactly right. Although she's so pretty, I'd never miss her. What's your name? Annabelle, Bertha, Charlene, Diana, Elspeth, Frances, Grace, Harriet, Ione, Jane. I give up. I give up. What is your name? I bet you don't even know your name. I want you to have a candy cane. There, the sweet taste of Christmas coming up. What's your name, darling?
Sheena.
Tina. There. This is just a sweet taste of what's coming on. Just a touch of it. There. What do you say, bugle boy? What's your name? Whoops. Huh?
You don't know her. You didn't ask her
I
name.
would like to become acquainted with you, my dear. My name is Santa Claus. What is your name?
You got it that way?
I'm so pleased to meet you.
You didn't shake my hand.
Shirley,
Julie.
Julie. That's a nice name.
You didn't shake my hand.
But I guessed how old
You
you
didn't
were.
shake my hand.
I guessed how old you were. Would you like to have a candy cane, my friend?
You didn't shake my hand.
I shook your hand.
You did, hey.
You're looking good. Why aren't you at school? You
Now
up
see
there
it
such
there.
a
Now
child.
see it. Now see it there. Now get how old are you?
You're a bossy lady. I've already guessed your age. You are. You're just as bossy as you can be. You're the bossiest one here. Now I'll order you a candy cane. There you are.
You did
It'll taste just as good. Hey, I never promised you one. What's your name now? Your name is Purple, I can tell. Anybody haven't got it? Would you like to have a candy cane? You would? Is that your sister back there? That's what I thought. Would you take her one? And you take her one. There's one for you. And there's one for your sister. Okay? You're welcome, my dear. Bless your heart, your liver. Thank you. There you go. Would you like to have one? Here's one for you. One for you. Hello, Fred. All right. I want to give you one of my favorites. This is my present. It's all about how Christmas is. Hey, what's your name? Still haven't remembered. Chestnuts roasting by an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Christmas carols being sung by the choir. And folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows some turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Keep your eyes on the glow. We'll find it hard to sleep. Santa's on his way. Got lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child will show smile. No, I don't bring all that stuff around at Christmas time. You ought to know better than that. Don't you know anything? Here, bring days. You just have to wait. Really know how to fly. And so I'm borrowing a simple phrase for kids from 1 to 92. No, it's been said. Merry Christmas.
What's my next name?
You stop bossing me around, child. You better sweeten up. You really have. You better sweeten
You know
up.
my name?
Huh?
You know my name?
I know it. What do you want? If you know your name, why do I have to tell you what your name is? Have you forgotten what your name is? Got to go. I sure have enjoyed being here with you, and I hope that all you all have a wonderful Christmas.
If you will.
Got to put on my gloves.
get you to sit and let the kids get a group picture for our album?
I would love to do that, if they
Okay.
promise not to bite.
Okay, all right.
We don't bite.
Okay, everybody will come up here and stand around Santa.
Here we go.
So that we can get a group picture for the library.
And I will put my thing here
And
that
I've forgotten your name.
Santa.
Come here. There you go. Can you stand up here behind Santa maybe?
There. Now
You
everybody
go
can
up
see.
front. Let's get
There you are.
Let's get turn around. Adrian, can you sit down right there?
There.
Stand. There we
Go
go.
sit on my
Here,
candy
Brennan.
cane.
Brennan. Stand right there.
Where are you? Are you that? There you are.
Where Christy? Do you want to get your picture taken? Come on, stand right here.
Christy.
Come on here.
I know it's Christy. You think
There
I'm
you
dumb
go.
or something?
Don't stand where we can't see you. There you go. Can we see if she doesn't want to come? Okay, that's fine. If they don't want to come, we don't.
That's right. Hey. Aren't you gonna be in the picture?
Can we get everybody? Yeah, there we go. Mason, look over here.
There. Did you smile?
Sheena?
You look happy?
Sheena, look this way.
Everybody look happy?
Wait a minute, you see.
Well, maybe we ought to all cry.
Now it does, right? We're having the worst trouble with our cameras today.
There you are. Can't you get it open? I'll help you.
You're ringing her bell.
Well, of course I'm ringing the bell. What do you think I've got it for?
The ring.
Hey, Adrian. Christy.
Look at the camera. Hey. Look at the lady
Christy, stand
taking the
still.
picture.
Christy, stand still.
That fella's having, I will help you.
Adrian, get your hand out from your mouth.
Mason,
There.
Mason. There you go. Just stay right there. Just
Hey, Mason,
you go
come
back?
back
Go
here.
back to Sandy.
Come back here. Don't go away. Look up there and grin at the
turn
camera.
around and look at Miss June for just a minute.
Grin like a chessy cat. Turn around. And look at the camera. Don't look at me. I can't help it because I'm pretty. You have to look at me all the time.
Okay, everybody look.
Look up this
Not
way.
real big.
Don't squint so much.
All right.
There we go. It's going to be a
Okay.
beautiful picture.
All right, everybody thank Santa Claus and tell him you're going to be nice.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
What are we going to do? What?
Santa Claus, the human trash collector.
Where are we going to do our tree?
Everybody's giving him a real nice present. Can't you get it done?
Well, Miss June went ahead and decorated it last week while it snowed. Yeah, but there's another one.
Stay down there and open it, Adrian. You can too. Turn into it.
Get into it, Adrian. You can open that. Plastic came off of some of my little stuff. Okay, has everybody got a present? Now don't lose them because there's several little pieces. Just what you needed, right? The little springy thing, yes, goes on the end of the pencil. There should be a pencil too.
announcement.
Yeah, you can start. Let me make a couple of announcements.
Yeah.
On video.